Hello, my name is Duncan Alderdice, and the reason I make these videos is to document the journey I take as I become who I am. Today was an interesting day. Lots of productivity, 162 dials, but 0 book demos. However, it was an American holiday, Martin Luther King Day, so potentially because I was calling more US-based people, they were less likely to be working and therefore less likely to pick up the phone and therefore not picking up the phone. But made a few connections. Cold call line still is working, so I'm happy about that. I did have a demo that I hosted myself, which went well. This was a guy who I cold called later last year, but he was busy with Medicare, so then I called him in the future, which was last Friday, booked him, held the demo today, so that's good. Seemed potentially like he might move forward with the program, but wasn't ready to commit that day, but that's all right. Have a follow-up scheduled, and they did accept the calendar invite, which shows more intent to actually show up to that meeting. And again, the person doesn't need to buy. My job is not to force them to buy the program. It is to help them decide. Like a confirmed no is better than I'm gonna think about it and then just not get back to me. So it just is that. I did tweak my shoulder, sleeping on it weird over the weekend, so haven't done any push-ups today. Or didn't do push-ups yesterday, but I did get them in on Saturday. But again, long-term, it's working. Also noticing that subscribers have been at new subscribers every day since the 5th of January has been 0, but that's all right. I'm not getting too obsessed with that. I don't want to get too obsessed with that because that's not the point. The time frame I want to be approaching this with is a 3 to 5 year time horizon, essentially assuming like this is not going to kick off on its own. If I do something which is noteworthy, then people are going to look into me and find this, then it might be relevant. But so I don't think that this series will have like a widespread reach, but it will help produce the brand I kind of want to be promoting, one related to psychology, sales, and personal development. Like that seems to be like a intersection of things that I am interested in and therefore could do a good job of, as well as the fact that there's a stat which is like, if you start a podcast and make over 21 episodes, you are now in the top 1% of podcasters, which just goes to show that, again, it reinforces the idea that like the whole series is about that start, continue, and the continue being the hardest part to actually do. And oftentimes there's a lot of continue necessary before you see any of that success. And what's most frustrating is that it's not obvious at which point during the continue you will achieve the success you're actually looking for. What else? Been eating well, that's good. Worked on the sales presentation. I think I need to work on it again tonight. I have over the weekend, I have the slides done. I think there's like the 2 intro slides I need to do, but I just want to practice actually saying everything so that I can deliver it effectively come Wednesday. Didn't do any reading today, but been watching a podcast. Oh, that's a thing that happened today. I made 95 dials inside of an hour, which is only possible if people don't pick up. So that was like, because like the morning there was a demo at 11, didn't call during the morning to get ready for that. Then power hour between 1 to 2, and then another hour between 3 to 4. Between 3 and 4, I cranked out 95 dials. So that, at least what I'm happy about the fact is though that I cannot blame the lack of output due to my lack of input. Like I'm making more than enough dials to be having success. So then it just, if I maintain this level consistently over the long term, success will happen. As well as I'm starting to see, specifically like given the fact that the subscribers hasn't increased since 10 days ago, I can see how people may struggle and find that frustrating and then want to capitalize on the viewership they do have, like bring some sort of like paid thing, like offer, or make an ad. Where I think for me, what I'd like to do with this is not ask for anything from the audience for enough time. Like, the longer I delay the ask, the bigger that ask that you can make. Essentially meaning, if I don't ask for anything, and then over the course of 10 years, let's say, then have 1 million subscribers, and make the ask then the return will be much far greater. Whereas if I keep making the ask on the way up, that might limit the amount of growth, because it's not a one-sided, I'm just giving type dynamic. But we'll see. As well as I don't know what it is that I'm actually offering to people right now. But I will have a better idea of that after doing it for a long enough time to develop that sort of idea. Yep, I was going to go skiing on the weekend, but then it was kind of rainy, so I didn't. I think I'm going to go skiing this upcoming weekend. And I think that's it. I'll talk to you later.